gonna practice my reading, woman. I'm gonna come down from the mountain, gonna get me a library card. 'Cause I'm a mountain man. I'm a mountain man. I'm a mountain man. Lord knows that I am. I'm a mountain man. I'm a mountain man. I'm a mountain man. Lord knows I am. Gonna come down from the mountain, gonna beat you at Scrabble, woman. Gonna come down from the mountain, gonna read the dictionary. Cause I'm a mountain man. I'm a mountain man. I'm a mountain man. Lord knows that I am. I'm a mountain man. I'm a mountain, I'm a mama man. I'm a mountain man. Lord knows I am.
G'day guys and welcome to the Northern Footy Show. Thanks for joining us on the Sunday wrap. We have a couple of guests already sitting in there. I think Wayne's just coming in now. Bonners, what a huge weekend in footy it's been so far. We'll get to our guests in a second. Some upset results and a lot to...
Oh, absolutely. I feel like every division just likes to make idiots of us every week. We think we've got it down pat, and the next thing you know, we're reshuffling our rankings list because one team will beat another, and then they'll be beaten by the other team. So I'm really intrigued right now by mainly Division 3. I just find that, I think we've spoken about it all year, just the quality of football and the teams, just you can't pick anyone right now. It's amazing.
Look, it's a bit of a testament to how strong the competition is, to be honest, Bonners, and the three guys we're about to speak to in a minute make it even that little bit stronger. Let's jump into our special guest today. We've brought in Deacon Kalpakis from South Marangan, had his first game yesterday at Coburg VFL. We've got the goal-kicking machine. I was going to say Jason, not Jason. Sorry, Parker Heatley. There's the fine, Parker. You can get one back up to me. And, of course, we have the coach that's done what was sought to be the unthinkable and knocked off Mernda at home yesterday. Schultz has come in and joined us from there. But first, we're going to get to you, Deeks. Deeks, what a very special day it must have been, and congratulations playing your first VFL game for Coburg yesterday. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, special day. Special to be a part of it. Loving my time at Coburg so far. And yeah, it was awesome to see some family and friends down there. Unfortunately, couldn't get the chocolates, but yeah, loved the experience and can't wait to I guess further my time with Coburg.
I reiterate what Comty said. As hard as it is for me with a mortal enemy for being an old Preston boy to see a Coburg jumper on you, but take us through the week. When did you find out? How did you feel going into the game? I remember my first game. I think I was dehydrated. I spent most of the time on the tours just with the nerves. So how did you go? And yeah, how's the experience for the week?
Yeah, so I just trained there on the Tuesday and Thursday, as you do. I was first emergency last week, so I kind of had the feeling that I was in and around the mark. Yeah. But yeah, was lucky enough post training selection to get ready out on the side. So it was just a normal week and up until that point. And then Saturday day game just before the local footy. So kind of a normal preparation, I guess. But yeah, lots of text messages and of support from family and friends and the South Marangan Football Club. So they've looked after me well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get too nervous. I feel like I was more nervous to play local footy a couple of weeks ago against Thomastown because that felt like a big game. But I've played some pretty high level of football before. But wasn't too nervous. But yeah, felt like I was thrown in the deep end a little. Only played a quarter of VFL footy before in a practice match against Werribee in the pre-season. So But yeah, absolutely love the experience and can't wait to do it again.
We've lost you, Compy.
Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I apologise in advance. I have coughing fits. I'm actually home with COVID. But Deeks, tell me the jump from NFNL to Coburg. We spoke about it a little off air. What's the difference? Give me a couple of the key differences.
Yeah, it's just massive. Personally, myself, just confidence, flying up for marks with the bigger bodies. When you're at local level, you think you're going to take every single mark you go up for. Whereas this one, you're just worried about A, not letting my opponent mark it, and B, and then second of all, you kind of just lose track of the ball because you're so worried about not getting beaten. But yeah, that'll come with experience, I guess. Obviously, it's not going to come from the start, so you just work your way into it. But yeah, probably marking contests specifically, and just not giving your opponent any space. If you get hit up on at the VFL level, more often than not, they're gonna hit you on the chest. So just not being able to give them that leg rope, I guess.
And take us through how the difference in the day, I suppose. What was the feedback from the coaches after the game?
Yeah, Jamie was a little bit disappointed in the way that we played. We felt like we were really competitive in the first half, and we led all the major stats, whether that was inside 50s, disposals, and contested possessions. And just in that third quarter, we had a look at it in the review. I think we were minus 45 in disposals, negative on the inside 50s, and we got smashed in contested ball. And just that third quarter really put us behind the 8 ball. But yeah, other than that, I felt like we were really competitive and controlled majority of the game. We had more inside 50s, but I think we had 17 scoring shots to their 28. So it was just the ability to find us and generate scores inside 50s that let us down in the end, I think.
Deeks, we have a good junior following. I know we have a lot of juniors follow the show and watch it. Tell me, what was your pathway to VFL? Did you start footy at a young age? Did you go through the Knights? What's your pathway?
Yeah, so I started at South Brain. I think I was about 7 years old. Played there all my life. So went up into the rep squads in the NFNL when I was, I think 13 and 14 are the ages for that. And then, into the Knights program when I was 16 to 18. So I've been like, and then, finished up with the Knights as a top ager when I was 18. Went back to local footy for a year, which I really enjoyed. I won a premiership with my brother in Division 3 in 2022 with South Brain, which was one of the best days of my life. And, now had a full year of local footy last year. And decided I wanted to test myself again at a higher level. Was lucky enough to get down to Coburg and get a list spot there, and play a game early on in the year, which is good. I was just lucky and thankful to get a game at this year alone. So to get one this early is really positive. But just loving my footy at the moment, which I felt like I lost a little bit. Which you can at those higher levels of footy. It just feels like it takes a toll on you, the training and the expectation. But really finding my love and enjoying footy again, which is really good.
Now, part of the standalone teams, I was part of the Preston team standalone. It is a bit different to the AFL listed players. So you're playing amongst different people. Probably ones that are just like yourself, aspiring on to go further. What are your aspirations for Coburg in the short and long term? Do you hope to be a regular player? Do you want to keep doing pre-seasons there to push yourself further, or do you have higher aspirations?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving my time at Coburg, as I said. As a key defender, I'm only 19, turning 20 this year, so not too many key defenders are playing at my age in the VFL. So I'm lucky enough to be in that position. And I want to continue to, become a regular in that Coburg team. It's not going to happen instantly, so I've got to continue to work for it. But I'd love to be a Coburg regular. And obviously everyone's dream is to play AFL. So if you can become a Coburg regular, that will go a long way, because it looks like clubs are going after the tall, mature age key defenders in recent mid-season drafts. yeah, there's been a few recent examples of that. So, yeah, if I could get somewhere like that, but yeah, just take it one step at a time, I guess, by continuing and take it a week at a time and hopefully continue to play at Coburg.
Sounds like there's media training there already 1 week at a time.
Nothing.
Come on. This is why you got to be here, mate. We'll give you all the media training you need to get you going, or probably from a lower level. Well, from our perspective, Deacon, congratulations. It's a huge first step. And I've got to tell you, 99.9% of people that sign up to play footy don't make it to the level you've got. So that, 0.1% shows you're an absolute star. I did see you, 2-3 years ago, you played with my son in the same side and you just dominated then. You are absolutely outstanding. And, I'm really happy and excited for you and look forward to following you. And thanks very much for coming on the show on Sunday as well.
Go and enjoy Easter.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, guys.
More than welcome to stay on, but I know you're at a function, so you're more than welcome to click out as well. So up to you. Now,
that's all right. I'll watch the replay later.
All right, good on you, mate. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
Afternoon. See you, Deeks. Thanks for coming on. Now, Parker, let's park you for 1 minute. I am going to park you. I'm coming back. We've got some special stuff for you. We're going to go over to Schultze very quickly. Now, Schultze, thanks for coming on. Maddie and I spoke to you pre-season. You are the missing video off the link that I accidentally deleted after we filmed. And I have to wear that one pretty solid. I struggled to get a photo of you in an Ivanhoe thing yesterday. I think I ended up getting one out of the VAFA, but thank you for coming on and congratulations on a huge win yesterday. I wasn't there, but I followed it live online on the score, and Murder came back with a vengeance towards the end. You've both had a lot of outs. It's going to be a very interesting September, and congratulations.
Yeah, cheers, Des. Cheers, Matt. It's great to see you both again, and happy for you to delete the video if you want after. No fun for Parker and Deeks there at all, but less is more. The less anyone knows about us, the better, maybe. But yeah, great to be here and to support you guys again.
Great.
Talking to the old Pradians coach a few weeks ago, you've now settled into the new league, and the major things he said was, I guess, the competitive football, but also the crowds as well. Have you seen? You've got a bit of body of evidence now to suggest you know your way through the Northern Footy League. How are you finding the standard, and how are you finding now more crowds at games and very passionate NFNL fans in running around?
Yeah, it's fantastic to be in the NFNL. We're really excited. We've heard the song a couple more times than what we certainly did last year, so that's been a real positive. But to have a couple of night games within the first 3 rounds has been pretty awesome, and it's sometimes not the best conditions at night. As the dew comes in, it can be pretty slippery, and you know it's not probably overly great for the taller players out there. But we understand that the importance for clubs, not just our clubs, and for our supporters, and to have some night games to get everyone down and have a bigger crowd has been unbelievable. And then to do the right thing by Heidelberg West and have another hit out in the night, to see another bumper crowd there was pretty fantastic. So it's been super coming into the competition, and we've still got a long way to go to continue to learn and understand who's who in the zoo. We'll have a bit more of an idea sort of around probably anything from round 8 to 12, but saying that, it's a pretty even comp, so it might take a little bit longer to work it all out from there.
From yesterday, tell me, Schultze, what was the difference? Because I spoke to a couple of people that were at the ground. You seemed to dominate out of the centre, what I was told yesterday. You really turned it on for the first quarter and a half out of the centre. What's your take on that? Where do you think you guys got the upper hand and got the jump on them?
Yeah, well, we look at Mernda as a bigger brother, really, to be honest, and we highly respect Mernda in the competition, and we think, we're really excited with yesterday, regardless of the result, to just come in and learn and just really challenge ourselves against a real yardstick. And, to our favour, it worked out all right in the end. But we certainly knew if we play Mernda's game and allow them to hit the scoreboard a lot, they've been averaging 111.25%, across the points per game. And we knew if it was going to be a shootout, we probably just couldn't go the distance there. So we tinkered with some things, and we wanted a hot start. And to the boys' credit, and I'm really proud of them all, They did everything we asked from them. Our pressure game was really on. We were fierce on the inside footy. And, that certainly allowed us to get that hot start and get ahead of the game in the first half.
Now, going back a little bit, I guess we feel like every week we tip teams and we feel like we've got a good, I think I said to you off air, I feel like Division 3 just continually just make fools of us. We feel like we've got a hold on where everyone sits. And then suddenly, like a few weeks ago, Kilmore beat Old Paradians. And then, you guys beat Mernda. Mernda have knocked off sides as well. I mean, we marvel at it every single week. But to come into a competition and Division 3, it must be amazing the competition that you've actually got and how open it is, especially for the top 6.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome for footy. Really, we always want even comps, whether we're playing or we're off field as well. So I think it's superb that we've got such an even competition. And if you're not on mentally and physically and executing the systems or what you're trying to play that week, regardless of the grounds, you're going to get found out pretty quickly. So it is cliche to go week by week, but if you're getting ahead of yourself this year, you'll get a reality check real quick. So, it's great for footy in how even it is, and some of the recruits that have come into the competition, and not just good for individual teams, but also for the young kids playing against some really quality players. I think it's superb for the development for everyone.
My final question for you, Schultz, will be who stood out for you yesterday, and not just yesterday. Who has surprised you this year? Are your younger kids stepping up in this competition? Are the leaders? Is it across the board? But I want you to really tell me a couple of guys that have really stood up this year and you've rewarded them with game time.
Yeah, I think for us, we've got a lot more of a balanced approach, which is really good, and it's a healthy thing with your list. We haven't got that I guess our 22 that are running out, there's a lot more quality over quantity. So we're having a lot more involvement across the spread of the team, which is really good. Really pleasing to see the growth in our younger players. One to mention is a key back for us. Nick Geary's been just superb. Everything we've asked from Gears, he's had some big jobs, and he's also had to really adjust his game with the different conditions. And Brycey Kim from Mernda is a superb full forward. We certainly rate him highly, and for Gears to adjust his game significantly yesterday and really compete hard and halve the ball a heck of a lot was outstanding. So he's been certainly one that comes to mind straight up.
One of the things I said, it was one of my comments, but I guess part of it's already been answered, that when you were talking before about a shootout, and the one thing that I noticed is that it was all hard-fought games, but there wasn't a lot of scoring in a lot of your games. I guess my question mark was always, could you kick the winning score against these teams like your Fitzroy Stars and your Merndas? And yesterday you must have been happy with the scoring power to, get up near 80 points against a team like Mernda. It starts to get that flow and effect for later on.
Yeah, spot on. I think we're starting to build a bit of DNA about us that we're restricting opposition to, I guess under 60 points. Myrna got the 65 yesterday, and I guess we all know out there that if you keep sides under 60, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. On the flip side, it's about balance, isn't it? So it's something we're certainly working on. Yesterday was awesome. That I feel that we just owned our moments a little bit more. The game could have gone either way, to be honest. Mernda had plenty of scoring opportunities as well. They're a quality unit, and at the end of the day, it could have fallen in their favour as well. They come home with a hot, pretty hot in the end. And to their credit, they adjusted their game really well. But it's been pleasing to see that we got that balance right yesterday. And again, it's all just learning for our young tribe. We've just got to continue to reflect, and there's some things even yesterday that we learnt that we can certainly get better at in those dying moments. So it's just ongoing learning and growth really for us as we keep moving forward.
Well, from our perspective, Schultz, we wish you the very best for the year. We've been down there. We've met you guys. You're a very professional outfit. I got on the phone to Pete Rawley after the game and congratulated him, because that is a big scalp to go up against. Rob runs a very solid side there. And I did hear from another supporter that you could hear Rob from the car park. So he probably, Rob's not one to hold back. But, everyone's learning, and everyone's learning from a very tough competition. So thanks so much for joining us on your Sunday. It's really good for you. It's really great for the club. You guys are doing so well. Very, very professionally run club under Pete and yourself. And again, you're more than welcome to stay on and or feel free to go and spend some time with the missus before you get killed. Before we rip Parker apart, because he's our goal here. We're gonna take him apart like he did Bundura yesterday. But thanks again for coming on the show, Schultz. Appreciate that.
Cheers,
Yeah,
Schultzy.
on your Matt, on your days, and all the best, Parker. You're smashing it, mate. Making me feel my age when you're down at Northcote Park as a kid. So take care, everyone.
All right, good on you, mate. Now, Parker, let's hook into you. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. I'm gonna jump straight into the hard stuff. 4 games, 3 best on grounds, and 21 goals. I reckon you've really got to start putting in a little bit more effort, mate. Otherwise, you're probably going to get dropped.
Oh, I don't know what to say to that.
You got love straight away. Brody White's giving you the big
Whitey. It's good. I'm pretty sure one of the boys sent a photo of me into the WhatsApp on this just before, so I'm pretty sure they're all going to be ripping into me soon.
All right. Well, the views have just gone up considerably, so I'd say a few of the boys have jumped on. Congratulations yesterday. Good win over Bundura, but it wasn't a walk in the park, was it?
No, it was good. It was like I said to you earlier, it was just a clean game of footy. No stupid stuff. Just a good contest. Everyone wanted the footy. Not much more that I can say. It was just a one-on-one battle all day.
So would have been a bit disappointing the week before, being home and losing that game. What did Coach say for that? And what did you fix up during the week to rectify it this week?
Yeah, well, we lost a fair few boys against Greensborough through injury, and then one through suspension, which was not the best. So the last 18 minutes of the game, we ended up with 17 on the ground, which was yeah, of course not the best, but no, Greensborough were always going to come charging at us. So it was just hard to defend them. But look, we just went into game day just letting each other know we're here to defend the ground. Like, it's North Heidelberg, it's a kennel. It's we've got to defend it. It's our home.
Yeah, and you did that well. Tell me, Parker, in all seriousness, you're 19. You're playing Division 1 football. You've kicked 21 goals in 4 games. Something tells me you're not going to be playing Northern Football League for much longer. Similar to Deakin, someone's got to come along and grab you. You're clearly a very solid talent, and let's be honest with it, that's an outstanding performance for a 19-year-old in Division 1. Mate, what's the goal? I know you're probably going to give me the cliche, I'm happy I'm taking it one day at a time. Throw all that shit out the window, Parker. Do you want to go to another level?
Oh, yeah, I think I was a bit spewing last year. Probably could have given it a bit more last year, not getting picked up. But I think that's every kid's goal to get drafted one day. And I'm no different to any other kid. That's my goal. Do what I can, whenever I can, and just pray that I get picked up.
Yeah.
Now talking about your goal kicking, mate, are you one of those blokes that have that beautiful routine? Do you take 24 steps back as the old man lined you up, or you're one of those Happy Gilmores just put the ball in the hole?
No, I had a bit of a rough day against Heidelberg round 1. I kicked 1 goal 6, so that was a bit rough. And then come back to training that Tuesday and gave myself a routine. So I take my 8 steps and then just get into a little jog. I don't count the steps on the little jog, but the 8 steps thing is pretty big for me. Otherwise, I lose my focus pretty soon.
Right. So North Heidelberg sitting 6th on the ladder at this stage, Parker. Probably not where you thought you'd be, but it is a very even league, and you've seen other sides like Banyule climb up pretty quickly. Greensborough is top of the table. I wouldn't have picked that at this stage, and that just shows how even that competition is as well. You know, you don't win grand finals at this time of the year. You've got to set yourselves. You've got a very good coach, albeit it's your dad. That's probably another question to come to. How hard is it playing under your dad? We'll ask that last. But, you know, North Heidelberg, playing at North Heidelberg against North Heidelberg is very tough going. The Kennel is a very tough place to play against. And look, I think personally you guys are in a good spot right now. You've played a couple of good sides. You're winning the other ones, and you've just got to get to finals. How is the group connecting at the moment? You've got quite a few new players in there this year. A couple that have thrown you under the bus today, but we won't bring that up. But how's everyone gelling? Is it the night I was down there with Bonners? I thought everyone was, you know, in love. It was a really good synergy from what I've seen.
Yeah, I think we all connect really well. I love every one of the boys. You know, I spend 3 days a week with them. You got to, yeah. I don't know. It's a bit hard to explain, but I don't think any of us have a problem. It's all just a bit of all love. We all look after each other, have each other's back. And then game day, we know that we've got to be there for each other. Yeah.
Yep.
Just further on for what Daz was saying, your aspirations are high, which I think they should be. For, as I said, 21 goals, probably 21 goals, 42 by the sound of it. But having that type of, having a dad that's kind of been in there and around it as a coach, he must have some advice for you, or I guess some background to give you the opportunity to go a bit further. What's it like having him as a coach? How do you see your aspirations, being helped by him?
Yeah, it gets pretty difficult sometimes, but, not much I can do about it. There's, like I said in that interview when you guys were at North, not many kids get to do it, play under their dad as a coach. So I just love it. Gets pretty fiery sometimes between us, but I just got to bite my tongue. Remember, he's the coach when I'm there, and he's my dad off the field. So, yeah.
I reckon he's mellowed a bit, Parker.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't go with his haircut, though. Back in the day, it wasn't the best.
Yeah. No, there's definitely there's two different Heatley's looks-wise, I'll tell you that.
Tell me as you get another comment come through here, are you getting a bit of love from Tash Chandler? Tell me, who's next? Who have you got next?
We got McLeod next weekend at McLeod, so that should look, I've got a few mates that play at McLeod. They look like a young side, but should be good. Just hopefully good contest all day again. Hopefully we can get the win, but. Yeah, just pretty much just hunting for the wins now. We had a bit of a rough start, 2-2, which is all right. Which is I can't focus with the
good pitch ups now, isn't it? Take us through. Yeah, sorry.
What'd you say, mate?
I was just saying that you're coming into these wins. You were talking before there's a few injuries. You're getting a few back, because I know there's 4 or 5 sides trying to find the continuity to get the players in there. It's half the trouble. You just can't get the same players on the park every single week. So is there a few coming back? Yeah,
we've got a few back on the weekend. But look, we've got a bit of depth in our club now with going through our development program as well. We've got a really good group of 19s. We had 2 debutants on the weekend who both held their ground really well, which was really good to see. It was 23rd man, but their dad decided to chuck another one in, which is really good. So to have that depth just helps us out so much. Just to be able to call on whoever we need at any given time, and trust that they can come in and do their thing, and really help out as a player.
I see with the night I was down there for the live before round 1, you had a debutant. You had 2 more this week, and I understand Kobe Craven's probably not that far away either, playing good footy in the 19s. One thing Jason's doing is setting up his future. You can't, Bonners, as well as anyone, if you don't bleed your juniors through when you're strong, you're going to have some hard years. Like, I know I don't want to make this about Jason or another coach for 1 second, but I love what he's doing with you guys, because he's blending you younger guys together, because you are the future at North Heidelberg. It's very smart. And you're already a leader. That was my point. You're already at 19 years old, a leader of that side. How does that sit with you, Parker?
Yeah, look, we expect, like, everyone that comes into the side. It's not just one person. Like, we have our captains, Kyle McDonald and Brody Bell, who I've never played under better leaders before. But everyone comes in with the expectation that we got to be able to lead. Just be positive. I've had a it's hard to explain again, but everyone just comes in and does their thing, and we all that's another thing about bonding. We can all talk to each other on and off the field about that stuff. Which is really good.
You're a bit of a sorry, go.
Take us through the club, mate. I mean, we were down there pre-season and had the girls' game first, and then your training. So you had training first, and then the girls' game. The vibe there was just amazing. I've known the kennel to just be one of the best rocking places for many years, but to see it actually, it was just off the chart the night we were there. So not just the team itself, but the club itself seems to have moved so far forward in such a positive way.
Yeah, it's really good. We come a long way in the last few years. I know when my dad was playing when I was a bub, we were always pretty rough side, pretty rough club. But hopefully people don't see us as that nowadays. Hopefully they see us as we want to play tough footy. But just the energy around our club's awesome. We get, we've got our netballers who are doing really good for the club as well. Hopefully a few of the boys, I know I got down there a little bit last year, not yet this year, but of a Friday night, some of the boys get down and watch them play, and hopefully a few of them get down and watch the girls as well. So we all just try to bond. We had the girls there Friday night, the girls footy team there Thursday night for the dinner and the team announcements, which was just awesome to have everyone there as just one big crew. That was amazing.
I think it's great. Look, you got a couple of other comments here, Parker. Keep up the good work, love Pa. And Liam's come in. Here he is, meaning here's that fella. Now, from our perspective, we're going to let you go because, this is supposed to take 20 minutes, this segment. We always blow it out to half an hour. But I could talk to you forever, Parker. I've met you 2 or 3 times now. You are a future star, and I think there's greater things awaiting you, to be honest. And if you keep, putting them between the big sticks each week, it's not going to be far. But I'm really, really, really impressed with everything about you, not just your footy, the leadership that I hear about you're showing down at the club, getting down to the girls' footy. You've got a voice. You're a naturally, bloody good bloke, and I think it's going to go a long way with your footy, mate. So we wish you the very, very best season ahead. Let me ask you, did you go to a concert last night?
Yeah. Who
was it?
I know it's in the comments. Benny Giobi, the big Love Island boys, stitched me up there.
Under the bus. So we're not saying where it was, or we are?
No, I went to Niall Horan. So you know what? You can give me stick all you want. I enjoyed it, and I had a good dance.
I love it, mate. Wear it with pride. Nothing like a boy band lover. Hey, Parker, have a great night. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm sure we'll have you back a few times during the year. Even as a guest host, we'd love to have you in the studio one night hosting it with us because you're an absolute ripper of a fella, and we wish you the very best for the remainder of the season.
Thanks, heaps, guys. Have a good one.
Good on you, buddy. See you later.
Boys.
Bonners, he's a winner. We've got to get him involved a bit more often. He's just a bloody well-raised kid and got a great personality.
21 goals too for a 19-year-old kid in Division 1 football against the teams they've come up to so far. And as he said, he's kicked 1-6 against Heidelberg, and he put 6-1 against Heidelberg. Look at 27 goals, you're 5-6 games into the year as a big forward. We did know that pre-season that we weren't sure. There's a few of the country lads who thought they were going to dominate the forward line, but it looks like Parker's taken his spot and really made it his own.
Rightly so. So now we've got a lot to get through. We've got 28 minutes, so we're going to power through. We're going to put up the Division 3 results. Now, while I'm doing that, we ran a poll during the week as well, Bonners. We've got a polls page. Facebook's gifted us an extra polling page, which is awesome. The poll results are in Division 1. 48% of people have Heidelberg to win the flag, so their favourite, their Diamond Creek. In Division 2, 41%. Only 2% separating them and South Morang, though. Mernda, 32% a favourite. That might have changed after the weekend, although I do think they are rightly still favourite. They're very strong. Got quite a few out. So thank you for participating in the polls. Then there'll be a fresh one up this week. Not sure what it is, but between me and Bonners, we'll make up some rubbish. Let's have a look at the results down here. Bonners Division 3. Some surprises here, but let's get into it. Fitzroy Stars defeated Kilmore by 69 points.
Yeah, it's amazing kind of when you look at it, isn't it? The week before they've beaten Old Paradian. So I think that's what I said to Schultz. It feels like each team's making a fool of us. I still think, I know you've got Mernda there, but for me, Fitzroy Stars and Old Paradians are the two that still, twig my attention. And Fitzroy Stars are just, it's in the name. They're just full of stars. So to see the boys just rocking along every week, and they're only beaten just by Old Paradians, I suppose, by a few goals. So, it's one of those ones where I still think they're one of the teams to beat.
Epping got back on the winners list, even without Lee Judd. He was out for the week, I understand, but they've given Heidelberg a little touch up by 61 points, which, makes it hard to pick them again. I've just gone back. I did tip them on the weekend too, so I can't tip a winner for love or money at the moment, but that's a pretty good win by Epping.
Yeah, it's a great win. I think we've been wrapped them up here and there. They've shown glimpses of it. We saw them at the Good Friday. They were very good, very young side. Brad Holly's got them running around really well. He would have been a bit disappointed the last few weeks. So to get that big win, it gets them a bit more confidence and gets them ready for next week.
While we're reading through the remainder of the results, if you're still online and you've got an idea for a poll, put it in the comments. We'll run it if it's clean and fresh. We won't focus on Ivanhoe Mernda for too long, but Ivanhoe got up over Mernda by 5 points.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think I said during the week, my biggest concern for them was where they're going to kick a score. But if you can keep Mernda down to 65 and, kicks 80-odd points yourself, you're going to win. But it's still my question mark over Ivanhoe. Can they get to the 100-point mark, which a lot of the teams have already got regularly? But to get that win against Mernda, any win against these top sides, you bank them and you move on.
Agree, indeed. And I think both will take a lot out of that game. Old Eltham defeated King Lake by 36. And a stat for you here, Bonners. King Lake is second last on the ladder, and I did not tip that. I had him in my finals.
It's one. Old Collegians is one of those teams that I don't really feel like anyone gives them the justification that they deserve. I mean, they've knocked off some top sides. They've come back against some of these top sides. They're one of those sleeping giants that may cause a lot of upsets, not even just now, but in September as well.
Well, they're top of the ladder. They're not sleeping at all. Yeah. I think they're rock solid. And Laylaw come home with the chocolates by 14 points against Reservoir in what I understand was a hard-fought win. And we've got Rowan Davies coming on in a couple of weeks on the show, the Reservoir coach. Laylaw's got to be up and about that. It's
fantastic. I mean, I guess we focused a little bit on Laylaw just purely because to get them, to get the club back to where it, wants to be, and to get these early wins, you're just amazing for the morale. They were very good against Epping. As I said, Jacko said they were very fierce against Fitzroy Stars. So they're obviously making some really good forward steps, and to get a couple of wins and a win against Reservoir, no slouch, is fantastic.
Now, we're nothing without sponsors. Before we go to Division 2, a quick 15-second ad and we'll be straight back.
At KJY Electrical, you are guaranteed that perfect job from our local Sparky Kyle. Support local business that supports the Northern Footy Show. Call Kyle today for a quote on 0419638241. Let him know you love the Footy Show for your discount.
And we're back, Bonners, and we get straight into Division 2. And thanks, KJY Electrical, for their sponsorship. South Morang again do it, 105 points over Panton Hill. Similar scoreline to when we went and watched Diamond Creek Panton Hill, Bonners.
Yeah, just they're becoming more and more tantalising by the week, South Morang. I mean, one of those other teams, we've got Diamond Creek as the favourite so far, but I tell you what, the South Morang have got every reason to be just as confident.
the scary bit is if they get Deacon and
Yeah,
Josh
and
back at that
Josh
end of
back.
the season. That is scary as hell. But all credit. Well, let's get to Diamond Creek, their favourite. They took on St Mary's. You tipped St Mary's Bonners.
Yeah.
And I think they made another statement on the weekend, Diamond Creek. They're very, very impressive. 55 points is a big score. It's nearly 10 goals.
Yeah, but even when we played them, we watched them against Pant Hill. They had a really good win, but Andrew Tranquilli was still concerned about certain things, the way they were moving the football. So you knew once it clicked, teams would find it hard. And I am still a big fan of St Mary. So to beat them by that much that's a massive statement.
Yeah, it really is. Now, I followed, as I mentioned earlier, I was home crook yesterday, and Whittlesea defeated Lower Plenty. I actually listened to the game on Plenty Valley FM, which was a really good broadcast, and Whittlesea got up by 61 points. But I got to tell you, Lower Plenty were in that all the way, I reckon, until about 2 or 3 minutes into that last quarter. They fought very hard on an important day for them, the Pat Cronin Foundation Day.
Yeah, I was following it too, and I thought it was fantastic. Such a close game. I think we've said the same with Division 1. Just eventually the cream rises to the top, but to have such an important day, and a big shout out to Lower Plenty for having the Pat Cronin Foundation, having a day for it as well. We would have loved to get over the line, but Whittlesea are a quality unit.
Look, and I seen that a lot of other leagues embraced it as well. The EDFL as well, wearing the armbands, and hats off to everyone for supporting something so special. Then we get over to the Thomastown Lorimer game. Again, Lorimer were way in this all the way up until that last quarter, way in it. Jimmy would have been happy with the boys, but they ended up going down by 35 points to a much stronger Thomastown, it seems.
Yeah, just every week, just chipping away. It is always difficult to get that first win, but I reckon once Lorimer do get that first win, that you'll start to see a lot more improvement.
All right, let's jump straight into Division 1 Bonners, because there's a couple of surprises on the ladder here. What's that?
Northcote Park.
Oh, did I? Sorry, mate. Let's go back there 1 sec. Yes, Northcote Park.
Bring that up is because the reason I bring it up is because Northcote Park just seem to be up and down. They're in games against Watsonia, who are a quality side. Week before they struggle a little bit, so it's amazing. I'm hoping they get more people to choose from, so get their twos out on the ground, because a strong Northcote Park is a great thing.
Yep, they were in it all game as well, Northcote
Park.
Park.
And it's a bit of common sense.
It was a great fight. I think they got jumped and then they came back and back and forth. So credit to Northcote Park, but well done, Watsy. They're not laying down there. They're finding it out. Apologies for missing that one. Banyule defeated Montmorency. There's the huge upset for me, but you tipped it. You thought they could get it done.
I've seen, as I said, the game I saw, Banyule versus Heidelberg, I saw two teams playing the same style. The difference was just the last kick or the last handball or just getting it forward. I think I said the last 10 minutes or the first 10 minutes of the third quarter, they kick 1-5. So the well coached by Paul Harris, who we'll have in a few weeks. The club's going really well. So they're one of those ones that I can tell you, Heidelberg will be watching very carefully.
Now, North Heidelberg took on Bundoora. We spoke to Parker just before. 29 points they got home by. But again, Bundoora were in that into 5 minutes again, into maybe 10 minutes into that last quarter. But too strong, North Heidelberg.
At the Kennel, it's always tough to win there. It's one of those places that has its own little fortress. So to get close, and Bundoora seem to be improving every week, which is fantastic, which is all you can ask for.
No, you can't ask for more than that. Now we'll go to the next one down there. Is Hurstbridge defeated West Preston by 17 points?
Yep, which is, it's one of those 50-50s, isn't it? We've had our concerns about West Preston, then they come back and play great football, win a game that, probably we didn't pick them to win, and then go close against Hurstbridge, which, who are really pushing for finals as well. So they're going to be in and around the finals. So as the year pans out there, we'll see who gets the top, them or West Preston or Hurstbridge.
There was a couple of buys in there as well, Bonners, which gets everyone up to date now, having played 4 games in Division 1.
Yep, we've got McLeod Heidelberg as well.
Yes. Well, run me through it. What have you got there? Because I've clearly left that out. I'm not going too well today, am I? I've been crook as a dog.
McLeod, Heidelberg won by only about 6 goals, which, for McLeod, that'll be a big win for them. Heidelberg quality side, we say it every week. They're well drilled. They play great football. They're the team to beat, as much
won by
as
36 points. Yep. Sorry, it is on
yeah.
there.
So once, we've got Greensy up there as well, but they're definitely one of the contenders. So from young McLeod side, as Parker said, it's it's good to put yourself up against the best and see where you're at.
Well, and that brings me to my next point with the games run and done there. So we've got pretty much a huge Division 1 week ahead, Bonners, and we're not going to get into too much into next games, but Greensborough play Banyule, Heidelberg play Bundura. Bundura's on bottom of the ladder. When was the last time you were 4 rounds in and they were bottom of the ladder? But McLeod take on North Heidelberg and Hurstbridge Monty, who are sitting 4th or 5th and 6th. So you've got a really tight division there. And all credit to the NFL.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All of these leagues couldn't be more even. They must be ecstatic with the way these results are coming. It's harder to pick than a broken nose at the moment. I just don't I don't know who's going to win each week. And the same goes for sorry, Bonners, Division 2. You got Thomastown taking on Lower Plenty, 5th and 6th. South Morang taking on St Mary's, 2nd and 4th. Northcote Park and Lorimer, which are 9th and 10th, playing off. And, that's a game was going to probably tell you who's going to have to fight harder on the bottom ladder. To me, that's the most important 4 points available next week. Lorimer's starting to play better footy. Northcote Park's starting to play better footy. You can't afford to rest for 1 minute. A couple of things, though, Bonners, before we get to a couple other things. I've got a couple of results for you here. Division 3, James Hewson and Ben Peterson kicked 5 goals each for South Morang. I'm thinking 5 goals, Bonners, is like a 50 in cricket. 10 goals is 100. So 5 goals or more, I'll read them out. Jake Conway for Epping, 5. Tyson Pickett, 7 goals for Fitzroy Stars. That's a great effort. 7 goals. Moving on. Ethan Lowe, 5 goals for Watsy. Parker Heatley kicked another 5 for North Heidelberg. And Zane Barson for Heidelberg, also 5 goals. What I'm loving is seeing high scores of footy. That's what you want to see in local footy. To me, I think AFL's let that go a little bit at times, can get caught up in possession footy. This is good, solid, clean footy.
Yeah, also, too, I think that we've had some cracking weekends of football. So, the weather's just turned it on for us week after week after week. But I agree. I think the openness and the speed of the game now, whether it's Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, there's so many young kids. They just move the ball quickly. They run hard. They run both ways. So I'm loving the high scores. And to be honest, by the time you get to the end of the year, the teams that can kick the scores are the ones you've got to keep your eyes on.
100%. Yeah, spot on there. Going to take one more very last quick commercial break, and then we'll be back to finish off with some huge news, Bonners.
At the Northern Footy Show, we are proud to announce LJL Custom Cabinets as our partner in sponsoring the Top Gun Goal Kicking Challenge. Rick and his team at LJL Custom Cabinets are the #1 choice for kitchens, cabinets, and all custom work. Support the local businesses that are supporting grassroots footy. Contact Rick today.
All right, Bonners, welcome back. Thanks. We are nothing without these sponsors. And I might add, all of this sponsorship money goes direct to clubs and prizes and giveaways and competitions we run. Very important to make sure we promote them. Now, our footy tipping comp, Bonners, it's gone off again. I cannot believe how much money is getting handed out. Pete Westbury, you're up for $50 this week, and we'll do a big promo for you on here. He's just sent something in. Hope Bonners' nose don't break. He's had a crack at you. I don't mind if he has a crack at you because he's got to cough up $50 for Braden Tomset, who tipped on by 55 points this week, and that's thanks to Westbury Property Maintenance. We'll do a big plug for Westy, who's co-funding this with another company, which is great. $50, Braden. Well done. Tipped a treat. 55 points. What else have we got here? Monday night. This is the big one. Monday night, we've launched a women's footy show, which will be hosted by Kira, who's already on the show with us, and Olivia Antonello is joining as her co-host. And Monday night, 7:30, only women's footy. dedicated to everything going there. The feedback, Bonners, we've had straight away has been huge. So many women asking to come on the show, which is great. Clubs wanting to promote them, needing players, just want to have a chat about how they're going. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great. And you got two really good hosts. I think Olivia took over our show, so she may as well have her own. But to see, and over pre-season, I think part of the funnest parts of pre-season was, getting out there and, we had a kick with the Ivanhoe girls. We've had competitions for them. They've had a ball, and to see the women's footy growing, to see the enjoyment and the fun they have amongst themselves and the camaraderie, I think that this will shine a fantastic light and hopefully get those players down to the clubs so we can get a really strong competition.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's fantastic. So Monday night, 7:30, you'll see it live, similar to this. You won't see mine or Bonner's head. We are out of it. I'll be in the background just assisting the girls this week till they're up and going. Now, Wednesday night, we have our usual show, you and I, Maddie, doing the men's, and our special guest this week is Matthew Hyde from Greensborough, the coach there.
Yeah, well, it's a long line of Hyde's coaching Greensborough. I'm just waiting for his kids to start coaching. So I'll do the calculations when I expect them to start coaching Greensy.
He rated you as a good bloke, so I've definitely got to ask him. Maybe his credentials aren't as good. Dicko wouldn't be Dicko. What's a pre-season? You definitely wouldn't know what that is, and neither would you, Dicko. I might add as well.
Exactly right. I mean, is that a pot and a kettle there, or what?
Now, Thursday night, we have take on Elmsey down at Thomastown. The girls are taking on Elmsey for a $200 prize, which is awesome, which has been sponsored by Triple Carpentry. He spoke to us pre-season about sponsoring a women's challenge, and so we're going to go out. So I had to postpone it this week, having COVID, not to run it through a footy side. So that's all good. One sec.
Funny enough, I actually feel like it runs better when you mute yourself. So
I did well to last this long, I can tell you now. And we had an intro song, Douglas Park Riot, who's writing a song for us at the moment. They're doing something really, really great for us in the background. I spoke to Jamie today. We're going to make some of this our outro music. Go and like it. Listen to the song.
We're losing you.
What's that?
We've lost you a bit. You've got a bit of music in the background.
Yeah, okay. So we'll get Jamie on. We'll get Jamie on as well in the next couple of weeks on the show to talk about it. I think that's it. We've got there. I've managed to fly through the show high as a kite on Sudafed, but we got there. Bonners, I will see you Wednesday night. Tune in tomorrow night, guys, for the first women's show. It's going to be special. And until next week, keep kicking goals.